Coach Chorney, could you give me a recap of the MAC championships last week?
Yeah, sure. So MAC Champs was pretty exciting. With the guys, we ended up performing well as a group finally, I would say for the first time. We had a little bit of some random performances as far as solid number 1, 2, and then maybe our 3, 4 guys were kind of falling off. But we had 5 guys that showed up and ran really well. It put us in a very solid second place. And we knew that it was going to be a little bit of a stretch with Eastern Michigan being nationally ranked. They did move up to 25th in the nation. I think they're a little bit stronger than that, actually. And so we'll get a chance to see how they do at the regional meet this coming Friday. With the girls, I think that we had another really solid performance. So we ended up 7th in front of our preseason ranking of 8. And I think we were 1 performance away from being 4th. It was only about 19 points, and I think we had 1 or 2 girls that could have easily filled that had it been a more on race.
So looking ahead to regionals, what are your expectations and how do you have the team preparing, especially on the guys' side with the added distance?
Yeah, so the regionals is always interesting for the guys because they move up from 8K to 10K, and that 2K extra, it's about 1.25 miles extra racing. Mentally, it's something that we hopefully have prepared for through some of our higher volume workouts throughout the year, but it's also something where you need them mentally to already be able to handle that going into it. You don't want them to all of a sudden get to 8K in the race and say, oh crap, I've got 2K yet to go. And so hopefully we've handled that with the workouts leading up to this point. But really, it's almost a wash. You get them fresher, you get them backed off on their mileage and taper a little bit, and you kind of have to just settle down your mind halfway through the race for about 2K so that when you get to that 2K to go, that it feels like any other race throughout the season. So that's what we've done. We've backed them off, we've tapered. Same with the girls. We're trying to get them fresh. Their race is a lot shorter, and so it's more of a hard tempo effort as opposed to being more of a pacing game that the guys will experience. And so we're just trying to get them feeling good and mentally prepared.
Maria, now shifting towards the postseason, what changes now that you've got an expanded field of teams to compete against?
Really we're just approaching this race the same that we've approached every other race. It's kind of fun. Our team's really young, and I couldn't be more proud to call them my teammates. So we're just really excited and not really changing anything, just taking it one day at a time, and we just know that we're ready to go.
So you performed really well at the MAC championships. Can you speak on your individual performance as well as the team's performance there?
Yeah, I think as a team, it definitely was a learning experience. I mean, we have a lot of young girls, so I think just to get out there and kind of just show them what we're made of was really good for us as a whole. And then individually, I just went out there and just kind of put myself with those top girls, and I just know I've trained all season and that I'm just ready for some big things to happen. So yeah, it was really, really good for the team and just everybody in general.
So looking ahead to regionals, what are your expectations and how are you preparing for them?
I think expectation-wise, really, we're just going to go in and just have fun, and realistically, we'd like to be top 10. I think our team's definitely capable of that, and really just have fun, and you never know what can happen. I mean, nationals is the week after regionals, and can't count yourself out, so yeah. It's exciting.
Andrew Dewson, now shifting towards the postseason, what changes now that you've got an expanded field of teams to compete against?
Yeah, not much changes. I think the pack running becomes even more important. The more teams that are in, the more damage we can do with a tighter spread. And you saw at MAC meet we had 5 guys within 6 or 7 spots. So if we do that again at regionals, I think we'll be really dangerous and beat some teams we may not be supposed to. So it's really exciting.
Can you speak a little on your MAC championship performance as an individual and as a team?
Yeah, I was happy with the individual result, but really excited by the team result. We took second behind a nationally ranked Eastern team, and it took second by quite a bit. I don't think the MAC's ever seen the top 2 teams be so far ahead, and that was really exciting to see 5 guys within the top 15. It was our first meet kind of all putting it together, and came at a really good time, so really excited about that.
So looking ahead to regionals, what are your expectations and how are you preparing now that it's a 10K instead of an 8K?
Yeah, like I said, not much changes. Just kind of actually, if anything, feeling fresher. Maybe keep these next couple weeks, these past couple weeks easy. Making sure the legs are up underneath us. Finishing up some speed work. But other than that, just business as usual, kind of. And we'll just tough out another 2K. As for team goals and expectations, we're definitely a top 10 team. How high up we can get in that top 10, I think. We believe we can be up there in there, but you never know. And I think we have a group of 5 guys and 7 guys that can really do a lot of damage and surprise some people. So we're really excited about it.